Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jackie Kauza. I am a faculty member at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, but in 2003, I was a freshman at Gabriel Richard. And like many freshmen, I was a little nervous, I was a little excited, and I was full of questions. About academic topics, certainly, but especially about what the next 4 years would hold. Would I learn enough, achieve enough to get into a good college? Would I make friends? Would there be extracurriculars here that would match my interests and about which I could get excited? Would the teachers be good? Thankfully, the question of whether the teachers would be good was answered immediately. As a freshman, I had, among other classes, Honors English with Mr. Lopez and Art with Ms. Fedor. Mr. Lopez was snarky and sarcastic, one of the smartest people I'd ever met, and he didn't pay me to say that, and he pushed my abilities to new levels. English had always been one of my favorite subjects, but under his guidance, my capabilities as a critical reader, and especially as a skillful, precise writer, grew by leaps and bounds. Ms. Fedor was jovial and supportive, the quintessential quirky art teacher. Seeing my interest in drawing, she went above and beyond to connect me with resources and offer opportunities for building my skills, even making sure I had access to a very early days version of Photoshop and what would now be a prehistoric Wacom tablet so I could build my skills with digital as well as traditional art. The classes and teachers continued to be excellent throughout my time at GR, and by the time I was a junior and senior, I was taking many of GR's advanced placement classes. AP classes like these are rigorous, so rigorous that passing their respective AP exams will earn you credit transferable to college. So the classes like AP English with Ms. Sovol or the AP History that I took with Ms. Knapp were not only preparing me for college by honing my critical thinking skills and building a committed work ethic, they were providing me with credit that could take some of the pressure off in college. And of course, my time at GR wasn't all focused on academics. There were so many opportunities for leadership positions, service possibilities, and enriching extracurriculars at GR. I sang in the school's choir, I was elected to student government, I played on the tennis team, and I joined the National Honor Society. I'll never forget bringing in treats for the Cure Bakes to raise money for charities, or bringing in baguettes for French Club. Every spring, I would look forward to being a member of GR's musical production, where our tight-knit cast would have a blast putting on a great show. My memories of going out to Red Robin with the rest of the cast after a successful show are so singularly happy. We were always elated, laughing, riding that high and feeling so accomplished and professional as performers as we treated ourselves to dinner and then made sure our younger castmates without driver's licenses all got home. And who could forget the most infamous crop walk of my time at GR? That's a 6-mile charity walk to fight hunger, and the organizers had undoubtedly assumed that scheduling it for April 30th meant we would dodge the worst of Michigan's winter weather. But when we woke up to 6 inches of snow the morning of, my friends and I were all determined to walk anyway. The organizers, in fact, had to talk us down from going all 6 miles. They forbid us to, in fact, because it was too cold. So we all determinedly walked to be allowed 2 miles instead, bundled up in hats and scarves, tipping one another into snowdrifts and having snowball fights all the way to the finish line. But what made GR stand out wasn't just any one of those particular things. It was the atmosphere, the emphasis on not just achieving at a high academic level, but a high moral one. As a school, it was preparing its students not just for a good career, but for a good life, one in which GR graduates could stand as people of integrity. We all know that the administration of the Catholic Church has had its issues, but I believe that at the heart of the faith itself, at its truest, the morals, the values, the sense of justice, the sense of fairness, the sense of kindness and compassion still resonate. And those values of Catholicism, values of human dignity, of dedication to the service of others, not just of self, of pushing for the common good, for fairness, for solidarity, those are more important today than ever. All of those values cultivate that personal integrity that not only builds a good person, but prepares a person to do good out in the world. In 2007, when I gave my speech as valedictorian just up the road at St. Cyprian's, I was looking ahead to my next freshman year. I had been admitted to the University of Michigan, and I was nervous and excited all over again. I wasn't thinking back to the 4 years at GR, I was looking ahead. And that's what my teachers would have wanted. They're giving you skills, after all, to get you to where you want to go and to become the person that you want to be. But one of those skills is certainly reflection, and with hopefully the wisdom of time and experience, I can look back at those 4 years here at GR and be so grateful for all that they gave me. My experiences at GR gave me the academic foundation to excel at the University of Michigan, not only in my classes, but in my professional and personal life. My close relationships with GR teachers inspired me to cultivate similar relationships with professors in college, which opened many doors for me. My leadership experience prepared me for professional opportunities, including work at the University Writing Center and as a student administrator, 2 jobs which made me realize I wanted to pursue a doctoral degree and teach at the college level. The many extracurriculars I had participated in here had helped me refine my interests and seek out similar opportunities and friends who shared those interests at the university. But perhaps most importantly, the personal integrity and moral foundation that GR cultivated in me allowed me to be a person who could stand strong in the face of injustices, advocate fearlessly and cleverly for my beliefs, live my faith, understand and respect the perspectives of others, and work toward a brighter future. So as you are looking to start your high school career, consider certainly what you want. If you want teachers, mentors who care, who will be invested in you as an individual, who will push you to achieve in all fields, come to GR. If you want advanced classes that will engage you in challenging subjects, cultivate critical thinking, and give you a leg up when you go to college, come to GR. If you want opportunities for extracurriculars in which you will forge lasting friendships and build enriching memories, come to GR. If you want opportunities to lead or opportunities to serve, come to GR. And if you want a place where you can grow not just as an academic, an artist, an athlete, an advocate, but as a whole, vital person of moral strength, emotional fortitude, and deep integrity, a person who can carry the values of a truly universal Catholicism forward to not only be a good person, but to build a good world. If any of that sounds good to you, come to GR. Thank you.